Welcome to the Bella Grind podcast, where it is go time. This is a space for us to inspire women to go after everything they deserve. Go after your dreams, go after your goals, and go after the bag. That's the money. Today I have with me the lovely Mimi Roche, who is an actual supermodel, songwriter, and musician. I'm so happy to have you here on the couch with me today.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
But thank you so much for coming. Is there anything you want to start off with telling the people about you before I dig into this journey? So I have a lot of questions for you today.
No.
Let's dig into it. So let's start then with your journey to becoming a supermodel, because I think I know the story, most of the story, but my listeners need to hear how you ended up on this pathway, because there's so many Black girls who probably are thinking, I could never be a supermodel.
Okay, so I'm going to age myself a little bit. I became a model walking through the mall. Not on Instagram.
And
that's no shade, but we didn't have that platform back then. And someone just scouted me. They stopped me and said, hey, would you like to enter this model search? And I was like, sure. I've been told I could be a model, but I never really looked into it much. I knew who Tyra Banks was, and so she was like my aspiration, you know. So I entered the model search, and there were a ton of people. I can't even remember, but thousands of people in the search. And I got home and received a phone call that I was a semifinalist. So my dad and I went back, you know, we went through the process of whatever they asked us to do at that time. And then I became a finalist. And then there was another process. And then I was a runner-up.
You were a runner-up?
I was a runner-up.
Were you scared? Like, did this, because that sounded like it happened so fast.
It was fast. So I was not scared, maybe a little nervous, excited. By the time I kept making it to the next level, I'm like, okay, I think I want to do this. You know, I want it now. And I mean, I got it, but not right away.
Okay. And when you say not right away, meaning you had to, I'm sure, put in the work. She got on her grind. And did you have to prove yourself in the industry?
Well, okay, so I had braces. And at that time, I had to wait to get my braces off. And then once I got my braces off, I went back. And so it was a couple of years in between that time. I went back to the same agency. And I was so scared. I actually worked with these people building a portfolio. But I had like braids, like crochet braids. And all my pictures kind of looked the same. I didn't really get it at that time. But I thought I looked cute enough, so I was okay with going into the agency. And we went in, and they were like, okay, flipping through my portfolio. And they literally took it and threw it in the trash.
They threw your portfolio in the trash? In front of you?
Yeah.
How did you handle that?
I was just like, but in the same breath, they were like, you don't need this. Yeah. So I was like, okay, so what does that mean? And there were some conversations, and they said, you know, we want to sign you. So I put in a lot of work. Not to say you shouldn't put in a lot of work. I put in the work for the portfolio. However, I think it was a little more distant. Yeah. So, you know, I was able to get in there without it.
And that's a true example, though, of something that I really subscribe to, which is what is for you, and it will not pass you.
Yeah.
So you didn't even have to do a whole lot, because to your point, you were destined for this.
Right. But what I did have to do at the least was show that I wanted it. Because, you know, that desire built up when I was in the model search and going through the process of doing the portfolio. So, you know, my hunger for it grew. So that, I think that did help. I mean, I probably wouldn't have walked back into the agency had it not, you know.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Was there obedience somewhere in there?
Like obedience? Of course. To me. However, I was a teenager, and to some, it was disobedience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more about
in
that.
a sense. Parents can have a plan for you themselves. And when you kind of go your own way, especially if they're afraid, it becomes a thing. So I had to kind of just do it because I felt like I could. I wanted to. There were, the desire was there. I thought the talent was there. And at that point, it was more of a gift than a talent because I had not really done any modeling to say, oh, I can do this. I was tall and thin.
And beautiful.
And thank you.
And beautiful. Don't forget that part.
Yeah, so that was the upper hand, and then everything else fell in place. But I definitely was a rebel for a while. Yeah, my dad actually called me that. So
your dad does?
Yeah.
A rebel? Well, what is the saying that women who typically behave don't change the world, right? I agree with being a rebel. Okay. We'll be rebels together.
Yes. I haven't changed.
You haven't that hasn't changed. So when I think of the modeling industry, right, there's a perception that I have. To me, it looks glamorous. It looks fun. It looks like you're traveling all of the time. You're meeting all of these different people, right? But what is it really like? Like, I'm pretty sure there were some things that you had to learn very quickly in order to navigate in that industry.
Yeah. Like, look warm when you're freezing cold.
Oh.
Being in cold water or whatever, cold weather period. That just isn't fun for me at any point in time. So during shoots where they're actually capturing your expression, that's the thing. Ooh. But
and you have to keep up. Oh, yeah, that would be hard for me.
Keep it together. Try. I mean, I have a ton of not so flattering pictures. So it's okay.
But you have a ton of them too that are flattering.
We only need one.
Just that one.
So it works out. Let's see. I had the gift of walking, so I didn't have to learn a walk as much, excuse me, as I had to learn the posing. Because when you're growing up, the tallest, the thinnest, you're a little more awkward, and you can be. Not everyone. Some people own it. I wasn't quite owning it like I wanted to, but you have to undo that. You have to get to a place of being comfortable in your own skin and just let loose in a way.
So you're this supermodel. You are traveling the world. You're how many years in now?
A lot.
You're a lot of years in now, because we don't tell our ages. She's a lot of years in now. And then you launch into a completely new space where you're now exercising a new gift. Well, I can't even say it's a new gift, but you're exercising a gift. You go into the musical space and you begin writing songs and singing songs. So now how did that happen? Tell us about that journey.
Sheesh. I actually was going into the studio to write for other artists.
Okay. And
that is something that I super hid from everyone. I won't even say the world. Everyone I knew. And I would go to the studio and write and, work with the producer only. And I mean, the producer really helped me to come out of my shell, even when it was just him and I, because I remember my first time in the studio, I sat on the studio floor and I was like about to cry.
Were you?
I was so scared just to open my mouth and let someone hear something that was so private to me. Even though I knew it was good, because I like my music.
I like your music too.
Thank you. But I've always been a writer. And I remember in the third grade writing, and but singing was later. I would sing, but not to allow someone to hear me.
Yeah.
Maybe in the shower or the car if you were listening hard. But yeah, I remember just being really afraid, and and then I got on the mic, and he was like, "Well, just kind of hum or do something, just get something out." And I was going through it a little bit, and he, punched in, was like, "You got it. Like, let's start." And I was like, "Okay."
Go time.
It was go time. So I went, and we really we did a couple of songs still in the mind of pushing it for other artists. And then he also came back to me and said, "Yeah,
this is for you.
This is for you." And I was like, "I think you're crazy. I don't know." But once I made the choice, I was like full speed ahead. It was just done. It's kind of how I am. I make a decision and I stand by it. And that's what happened. And the next time he saw me, he was like, "You're different. Who are you? Like, what changed?" And I made a choice.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's almost like if that is what, if that is one of your purposes for being here.
Yeah.
That's probably what that glow was, because you're in it now.
I'm in it now.
I think that is, to be honest with you, like when I learned that, wow, she's singing too, and then I heard you sing. Because let me tell you something. Is it Rocket?
Rocket. That's the intro.
When I say that is my favorite.
Yeah.
Like had it on a loop in my car. And just really started listening to. I was listening to you this morning as I was getting ready to go to work. I mean, just beautiful. Your voice is beautiful, very crisp, and it's like a genuineness to it. So I was like, I'm just so proud of her, and then I get to interview her today. So that it's phenomenal, Mimi. It really is. Are there any lessons you find that were similar when you think about both of your worlds, right? Are there any of the lessons that were similar?
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. So you have to remember that you are your own boss. And, with the modeling industry, we have our agents, or, we're with the agency, and they help us, they help us find clients and all of that. However, it's your responsibility to do the work. And, especially as a model, like the grooming, the showing up, the doing the job well. It's just like any other job. And I think people kind of forget that because it's entertainment. But that goes across the board. Also, you're responsible just for your overall well-being. So it's no photographer's fault. It's no producer's fault. No agents. It's no one's fault. And I mean this, I'm going to say it, I mean it, but I'm going to still say it loosely because we know at times people can clearly be at fault. However, it's no one's fault if you don't make it.
Okay.
It's no one's fault if you get sidetracked, distracted, no matter what it may be, you have to own your stuff. You have to make sure that when you walk through the doors, you're coming in to conduct business, and that you make sure that everyone knows that it's business. That's a thing.
And I believe it. I believe that's a thing,
especially for women in the industry.
And you using your voice to say, this is what I am here for. This is what I am not here for.
Right.
And don't get it twisted.
I
get that, sis.
But women, let's not act like we don't get it twisted.
We can.
Because we can get it twisted sometimes.
Yes.
So
you better say
that's still your responsibility. You still have to know that, regather yourself, and then get back to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's good. So you're also a mom.
Uh-huh.
Your daughter is my birthday twin.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of the Scorpios. Talk to me about what that balance is like, because I can only imagine being your daughter. Like, she has, this mom who is just everything, but you're probably still just mom to her, right? How do you balance that? And she's watching you too. Like, that's
watching.
the thing.
Oh, she is watching.
Mm-hmm.
The balance. Really, I'm learning as I teach her.
Mm-hmm.
So we're learning together in a lot of ways. With modeling, I was actually just finishing Fashion Week when I found out I was pregnant with her. So she's been with me, through her entire life. I'll say that. So she really she thinks it's cool, but at the same time, she still thinks I'm a little like nerdy. She knows the real me. So I am just mom, but when I get a little fancy or fly, she'll pay me a compliment and be like, ooh. But she see the head wrap and the house shoes and the sweats, my normal attire.
Right.
But she doesn't care.
She keeps you grounded. Does
she
keep
keeps
you grounded?
me so grounded. I know she's gonna see this and she will check me. She really thinks she's my sister.
Oh, okay.
But I have to actually keep her grounded too. Yeah. She's still my little one. And she's just always known she's just very smart. Scorpios, y'all are different. I don't know a lot of Scorpios, but mostly all the ones I know are spiritual. And she's been spiritual since birth. She would see models on billboards and say, "Mommy," even if it wasn't me, at a very young age.
Really?
So it'd be like, so you realize this is what I do? Like,
making that connection.
Making that connection. And with music, she actually is amazing in her own right. She writes, she produces.
Oh.
She's like, "Mom, you're singing in this note. You need to be here." And I'm like, "Girl, I don't even know what that means."
So she's musically inclined.
She is, and it's in a different way than me. So I don't know. She's gonna leave me one day and go off to like Japan or something. She's very self-sufficient. She's just her own person.
You gotta love that though.
She's her own person. Like, I know I gave her a lot, but I tell you, whatever I've given her, she takes it and she just runs with it.
Yeah.
And I can't even take all that credit.
But again, it goes back to what we said in the beginning. Sort of really the same story as you. What is for you will not pass you. The same for that baby.
Oh yeah.
What is for her will not pass her. And that's why she takes it and she can run. Yeah. Because it's go time for her too.
It is.
Like, she knows.
That
is so phenomenal. Look, take it all in because it goes by fast. Yeah. Like, she will be out of your house sooner than, and then you have to trust that they will apply everything that you taught them, and you will see all of your lessons manifest, and that they'll just be good humans, right? Yeah. We can only just do our best and then just watch them grow into good humans. And her mom is a good human, so
I hope she has
she
is already for sure. She should stay that way.
Yeah.
And it'll be good. I'm enjoying watching her grow.
Yeah.
So you're asking about the balance for, being a mom. I'm also her fan. Ooh. So it the balance is very interesting, honestly. Yeah.
That's so big. I'm also her fan. I love that.
I am. She's amazing.
I'm getting ready to take you through a fast round.
Okay.
And the way the fast round work is I am going to say either some phrases or I might ask you a question.
Okay.
And you have to say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
And then once you say it, you have to go ahead and give me an explanation and tell me why. Think you're ready?
All right.
I think you got it.
Okay.
This is my favorite part.
Okay.
Is the fast round.
Sound fun.
Okay. First one. Is it easier to start a habit or break a habit?
Start for sure.
Start a habit. Tell me why you say start.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, that is a good question. And now I'm thinking about it differently.
Okay.
It's easier to start a bad habit.
Oh, with it, yeah. Yeah.
For some of those good things, like, oh, I want to get up and work out every morning, or,
Yeah.
you know, I'm going to eat healthy or whatever. Those can be a little harder.
That's where the struggle lives.
So I think it really falls into where your temptation lies, really. Yeah.
But you would say start is easier to start one.
Yeah, because I automatically start thinking bad habits. So yeah.
Okay, next one. R&B or hip hop.
Oh, that's not fair.
I know. If you had to choose one. R&B.
Yeah, R&B, of course.
R&B.
Yeah.
Why R&B?
Because that's what I do. But also, you know, R&B is a little tricky. You can throw kind of a hip hop spin on a song. You know, so you can sneak in that hip hop door a little bit with R&B. I mean, not that hip hop doesn't do the same, but yeah, I'm R&B. Sure.
Shout out to the Bella Mary J. Blige who started that whole thing, mixing that hip hop with R&B, and now it's a whole thing.
It is.
You know,
it is.
Like women, I'm telling you. All right, who's your favorite fashion icon to date?
Oh.
I figured that one would kind of put you on the spot because you know supermodels, like.
Oh boy.
But who is your favorite fashion icon? Might not even be a model.
I'm gonna go with Rihanna.
Rihanna, yes, yeah. Riri, bad girl Riri.
Yes.
Why Rihanna?
Because I think so I tend to like people that remind me of some part of myself. And she has that masculine, feminine thing going on, and I like that.
I love that. Best piece of advice you've ever gotten that you can share with the Bellas that are listening right now, and that you live by.
And that I live by. Let's see, best. That's a hard one. There's so much good advice, but okay, I have one, but I gotta make sure I word it correctly.
Okay.
I'll keep it simple. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal.
Because
it's not about you. It's not about you. What someone does, how someone responds. Nothing is about you except for you. How you respond, how you feel, everything. That all of that is your stuff. So it goes back to owning your stuff. Don't take what someone else does personally, and you own your stuff.
That was a word, Mimi.
You know, I got that too.
Word, you know, with the Bellas. Did y'all get that? Own your stuff and don't take it personal. That's good. That's excellent. Tell us where we can find you on social media.
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram at Mimi Roche Official. And I smile because I don't do a whole lot of social media. I'm telling you, anybody looking for an internship, yes. Come on
She's
over
hiring.
Here for real. But yeah, Mimi Roche Official on Instagram.
And let us know where people can find your music. So where can I go to hear this beautiful voice?
Okay. Well, the album is called The Gray Area, and it is on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube Music, pretty much all the major platforms.
Okay, that's awesome. So y'all go there and check her out. When I say you won't be disappointed, it's everything. It is everything. Just put it on a loop. That's what I did. I put it on a loop, and I get my groove on while I'm grinding. So make sure you check her out. I bet you can Google her and she'll pop up everywhere.
That's a different story.
Because you've been everywhere. I've seen you on so many runways. It has been an absolute pleasure to sit on this couch with you and learn about your journey. Take some of your nuggets of wisdom, because I plan to apply them in my own life. Even the last one that you just shared about not taking it personal.
For sure.
I think that you are phenomenal.
Thank you.
You too are someone that I admire. And I respect so much. You're a mom, and I can relate to that. But then you're also a Bella who grinds, and that's what resonates with me. So thank you so much for taking the time to sit on this couch and talk with me,
Of course.
and to talk with the listeners. I am sure that they are taking something away as well. We will continue to support you.
Please.
Because you are Black Girl Magic.
Yes, I am.
And you all remember, she said, yes, I am.
You gotta own your stuff.
You gotta own your stuff, and you are Black Girl Magic.
Thank you.
And to my listeners, remember, always act like a lady, think like a boss, but stay on your beautiful grind. He was getting some real personal stuff.
I bet he was. I like outtakes. Those are my favorite. I see a red light and then
the red light
right away.
Change your whole personality.
Yeah,
you gotta suck in, baby. Sit up straight. See me, but you look good.
Should I be like this?
You look good. Look at her, like that smile right there. You better do it.
Are these outtakes? We on.
Yeah, these are outtakes. And can you see yourself?
Oh.
Yeah, you look good. Wait, did you speak to yourself?
I have to.